Huh? Thank you for coming to class. It's all right, I can do it. Hare Krishna. So today is Vasant Panchami, the day of Saraswati, and many sadhus appear today. So we chose this verse because today is first day of spring, Vasant Panchami. 40 days later is Holi, Gaur-Punim. So many sadhus appear on this day. We'll discuss. It's interesting. No sadhus have disappeared on this day, but they have all appeared. Today is what day? February? January 23rd, right? Yeah. So, today is the day of wearing yellow, like the mustard flower. So I've got my Harinam Charan. So, also, Vasant Panchami is the day of renewal, spring. It is the end of winter. So we can renew our devotion to Guru and Gauranga on this day, by the grace of Saraswati Devi. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Ballava Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Ballava Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Ballava Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Ballava Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srimad, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srimad, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai, Shri Saraswati Puja Ki Jai, Shri Vishnu Priya Appearance Day Ki Jai. So, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, all together please. Om Jnana Timarandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Parakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Prijana Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishvari Prishavana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vaivaccha Patitanam Bhavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So on the board there is the famous verse about springtime. So we'll chant that today. Please repeat. Brihat sama tasa saman. Oh, sorry. Samnam Gayatri Chandasham Aham Masanam Margashirshoham Rutun Kushumakara Brihad Samatata Samam Gayatri Chandashamaham Masanam Margoshishoham Rutunam Kushumakara. Okay, go ahead. Vaishnavis. So, word for word, please repeat. Brihat Sama, the Brihat Sama. Tata, also, Samnam of the Samaveda song. Gayatri, the Gayatri hymns. Chandam Sham, of all poetry. Aham, I am. Marshanam, of months. Margoshishoham, the month of November, December. Aham, I am. Ritunam, of all seasons. Kushumakara, spring. So, translation, Srila Prabhupada. Of hymns, I am the Brihat Sama, sung to Lord Indra. And of poetry, I am the Gayatri verse, sung daily by Brahmanas. Of months, I am November and December, and of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. Please repeat. Of hymns, I am the Brihat Sama, sung to Lord Indra. And of poetry, speak nicely, renew yourself. It's not there. Huh? Yeah, this is my 50-year-old Bhagavad Gita. No. Well, just listen to what I say and repeat that. We'll start at the beginning. Of hymns, I am the Brihat Sama, sung to the Lord Indra. And of poetry, I am the Gayatri verse, sung daily by Brahmanas. Sung daily by Brahmanas. Of months, I am November and December. And of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. Purport Srila Prabhupada. It has already been explained by the Lord that amongst all the Vedas, the Samaveda is rich with beautiful songs played by various demigods. One of these songs is the Brihat Sama, which has exquisite melody and is sung at midnight. In Sanskrit, there are different rules that regulate poetry. Rhyme and meter are not written whimsically, as in much modern poetry. Amongst the regulated poetry, the Gayatri Mantra, which is chanted by the duly qualified Brahmanas, is the most prominent. The Gayatri Mantra is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam because the Gayatri Mantra is especially meant for God realization. It represents the Supreme Lord. This mantra is meant for spiritually advanced people, and when one attains success in chanting it, he can enter into the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. One must first acquire the qualities of the perfectly situated person, the qualities of goodness, according to the laws of material nature, in order to chant the Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is very important in Vedic civilization and is considered to be the sound incarnation of Brahman. Brahma is its initiator, and it is passed down from him in disciplic succession. So now in the purport, there's the discussion on the months. The months of November and December are considered to be the best of all months because in India grains are collected from the fields at this time and the people become very happy. Of course, spring is a season universally liked because it is neither too hot nor too cold, and the flowers and the trees blossom and flourish. In spring there are also many ceremonies commemorating Krishna's pastimes. Therefore, this is considered to be the most joyful of all seasons, and it is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Yes, so this is considered to be the most joyful of all seasons, Prabhupada explains, and it is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So this 10th chapter of the Gita, Krishna starts by saying, Arjuna, now I will give you knowledge that is better than that which has been discussed before. I will explain to you my opulences. And those that understand these opulences and relate them to me as manifestations of my energy, they become attracted to pure bhakti. This is the improvement of knowledge. Previously, Krishna was explaining, the body, lust is a problem, karma, how to transform it into bhakti, what is jnana, so on and so forth. But in these middle 6 chapters, Krishna is specifically dealing with bhakti. So, bhakti is evoked by attraction to Krishna. Krishna, in the Tattva Sutras, Bhakti Vinod Thakur explains what is bhakti. He says, very simply, he says, bhakti is continuous attraction to Krishna. Anukulyena Shilana. That bhakti means to be attracted to Krishna. Bhakti reveals Krishna, and by revealing Krishna, we become entranced by Krishna's attractive nature. Krishna means all attractive. So this world, everything is attractive. But Krishna is the reservoir of attraction. Even this material energy is attractive. Our senses are designed to be attracted to the material energy. So that is the problem of bhakti, that we are attracted to bhukti, mukti, spriha, kama. We're looking for liberation, material enjoyment, material perfections, and we endeavor in that way. And we consider, I'm a free individual in this world, but actually we are under the karmic laws. And what you sow, you will reap. You are all experienced devotees. You know the laws of karma. If you try to control and enjoy the material energy, you will end up being controlled more and more. So the path of bhakti is not to give up attraction, but give up attraction to the lower material energy, the Achit Shakti. So it is the positive alternative. So where Krishna here in this 10th chapter, he is explaining all the wonderful opulences that are manifest in this material world. And at the end he says, Yad Yad Vibhuti Mat Sattvam Srimad Oditam Sambhavam, that all these wonderful things that I've explained to you in this chapter, Arjuna, just know that they are just a spark of my potency. They're just a spark. So Krishna is an unlimited fire. The manifestations that are attractive in this material world are just a spark of his splendor. So this is very instructive. And then he says, and understand that all these manifestations, they are just resting upon a spark of my energy. There are unlimited universes and there are unlimited opulences even within the material worlds, but they are just a spark compared to the transcendental energies. So by listing these energies, Krishna is pointing the way to Arjuna. He's pointing the way. That don't focus on the material attractive qualities, but through your bhajan, through your sadhana, learn to focus upon the transcendental attractions of myself, my devotees, in the transcendental abode. Savaipam sampara dolmo yato bhaktir adhoksaja. The Krishna is adhoksaja. He's transcendental from the material energy. So we learn the approach to transcendence at the lotus feet of the bona fide spiritual master. Devim prakritim ashrita. Mahatmanastamam patha devim prakritim ashrita. We approach the spiritual energy, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Aho Vimuktes, 5th canto of Bhagavatam, by service to the Mahatma. And Prabhupada, when he's explaining what is Guru, he quotes from the Shastra and he gives just 2 words. Who is that bona fide personality who can introduce us to transcendence? He says, Shrotriyam Brahmanishta. Shrotriya means that person knows the Vedic conclusions. Here in this verse it starts with the Samaveda. The Shruti, Smriti, Pancharatriki, he's conversant with those principles. So he is able to answer and clarify any questions and doubts of the student. So Shrotriyam, the Guru should be Shrotriya. He should know the Vedic conclusions and be skillful at presenting them to the satisfaction of the intelligence of the disciple. But then again, at the same point, Brahmanishta. He should be fixed in Brahman. He should be an accomplished Uttamadikari. He shouldn't just know the Shastra, that is very good, but he should actually be fixed in transcendence. He should be a sadhu. He should be fixed in adhoksaja, in his relationship with adhoksaja. That is the Uttamadikari. Uttama means highest adhikari qualification. And same thing, like I say, Mahatmanas tamam patha devim prakritim ashrita. The Guru is situated in transcendence. Mahat sevam dwaram aho vimuktes. By serving the Mahatma, the transcendental personality, the door of liberation becomes open. So that is the aim of human life. Yes, we're learning from Gita. I want to partake, I want to enter into that transcendental adhoksaja abode through Guru. So who is Guru? Now in the modern world, Kali Yuga, everyone, I don't want to submit, I'm the individual, this idea is coming in the modern day. But people have to submit, like I say, to the laws of material nature. This conception of the individual's right of choice is conditioned in the material world. So the intelligent person knows I have to submit to birth, death, old age, and disease. I have to submit to the material energy. So now, how do I escape it? By submitting to the bona fide spiritual master, his instructions, and serving that personality who is in transcendence. Mahajyena kata svapanta. So one should not think, where is that wonderful personality? Those wonderful personalities are always expert, like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Sad Goswami, Gaur Nitai. They are leaving so many literatures. So service to the Mahatma can be Vapu, but it can also, most importantly, be Vani. In the Gita, Krishna says, one who studies this sacred conversation worships me by his intelligence. So similarly, when we study the literature, the commentaries of the great Mahatmas, then we worship the Supreme Lord by our intelligence. Because the enunciations of the Shastra given by the great devotees, they are transcendental. They are non-different from the Supreme Lord. So by focusing the intelligence, which is the leader of the mind, which is the leader of the body, upon the transcendence, then ahankara is dissipated. And we understand, aham sarvasya, Prabhu, that Krishna is the source of all these opulences, but also I am worshipping my source. We explained a few weeks ago that in the Naraja Pancharatriki, I was just reading, nice translation is there by Bhumipati, is explaining that when you do puja, you should first consider the 3 stages, Panchanga in puja. You should first consider, I am Krishna. But then next understand that I am part of Krishna. I am not the totality, just like here in the 11th chapter, Krishna, you are Param Brahma, you are Param Dhamma, you are the ultimate. But we should identify Mama Angsa, Mama Vamsa, that our family is Krishna. We are all Achyuta Gotra. We are all part and parcel with the family of Krishna. If we understand that, then we realize our responsibility to act properly, and we will be energized to act properly, and we will lose all the depression and conditioning of the material world, because we will understand I am part and parcel of Krishna. And this lifts the whole burden of this Kali Yuga onslaught of Rakshasa conditioned atmosphere. And then we should understand that all living entities, they are also Angsa of Krishna. And in that mentality we can worship the Supreme Lord and the Supreme Lord's devotees and focus upon these wonderful opulences. So of course these wonderful opulences, 10th canto, we know what happens in the 11th canto. Krishna gives a very nice introduction to himself as the wonderful opulences. Now is the start of spring. Saraswati Puja is there. The wonderful opulences are there of this material energy, indicating Krishna, attracting us to his service, helping us renounce the lower energy. But we should also remember that the 11th canto is coming along, 11th chapter, and that is the Virat Rupa. The Virat Rupa is described. So Krishna, Arjuna asked Krishna, you say that you are within everything, because the first of the opulences mentioned here in this 10th chapter is I am the super soul within all beings. So that is the primary potency, that is the primary opulence of the Supreme Lord, that he is within the heart of all spirit souls. From that, all opulences can be realized by his grace. So, but then Arjuna asked Krishna, I want to understand how you have entered into this material manifestation. Please show me the Vishwarup, the Virat Rupa. So that is the real revelation of the material energy. In the beginning here, Krishna is showing the beautiful opulences that point towards his transcendental beauty and power and Shakti and fame and fortune. But Arjuna understand what is this material world. So he sees all the destruction and all the confusion in the material world manifest by the Vishvarup. And he said, "O Lord of Lords, I do not know who you are." Krishna answers, "Kalosmi aham. Time I am, destroyer of all worlds." So on one hand, we are attracted to Krishna because of his wonderful transcendental opulence. And on the other hand, we can become very renounced by understanding that whatever is attained in this material world, body, mind, is temporary. It is a passing slideshow. It is no reality in the sense that reality is that which is eternal, beyond the flux of the material energy. So that helps us in renunciation, in mukti. And on the basis of mukti, liberation from material attraction, we can practice attraction to the Supreme Lord. So, we have to deal with the personalities. So, Mother Saraswati. Now, in the previous verse, Krishna explains number 34. Yes. Among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. So these are embodied in Saraswati Ma. She is the wife of Lord Brahma. She is an expansion of Devi, Lakshmi Devi, and these are the female opulences. So they are Shaktis. And it is in the Shastra, I was just studying up, that Lord Brahma, his four heads, they embody four aspects. One is wisdom. The first one is all-knowingness. He is all-knowing in perception of the material world. He is the intelligence of, if you consider the material universe to be one body, we have intelligence in this body, but Brahma is the intelligence of the universe. And he is all-knowing, and his intelligence is operating in that way. But intelligence is dangerous without wisdom. So wisdom is considered in opulences, and Saraswati Devi, she sits and rides upon a swan. And we know that the Paramahansa devotee is the swan-like devotee. So the swan, the white swan, is representative of wisdom. And what is wisdom? Wisdom means that which we've just discussed, to choose to focus and realize the transcendental, the adhokshaja, that which is beyond the material energy. That is wisdom. Foolishness is to focus on the material energy and try to be the controller and enjoyer. One will be bound in that way. Wisdom. So Saraswati Devi is invested in the wisdom of Lord Brahma. The other heads of Lord Brahma represent intelligence. So intelligence, wisdom means to choose spirit over matter. Intelligence means the ability to plan, discern, discriminate, format ideas in this context. And then that intelligence in Lord Brahma is manifest in the fourth aspect of Lord Brahma, and that is his creative ability. Just like a painter. Consider a painter. We have paintings, wonderful paintings on the wall. So the painter has performed that through his intelligence, talent, creative ability. So the universe is the creation, it is the painting, it is the architecture of Lord Brahma. He is empowered by the Teja of Krishna. So ultimately it is Krishna, but Krishna likes his devotees to fulfill their desires and do wonderful things and feel great satisfaction in that way. So Lord Brahma is the architect of the universe. So you may wonder why. I was also studying up, and it is explaining there that why Lord Brahma, there's only one temple in the whole world where Lord Brahma is the prime deity. That is in Pushkar. Has anyone been to Pushkar? Yes, I've been there. They have many langur there. I was once sitting by the tank with some fellow devotees, and we were having a little lunch, and the langurs came up to us and then just walked off. They were quite dignified about their behavior. So there is a wonderful Shila there of Lord Brahma. So why is he? Well, one point that was in the Shastra I was studying is that Lord Brahma, having created the universe, in one sense, is not as involved as Krishna in his Vishnu expansion as maintaining the universe, or in Lord Shiva in churning the material energy in the path of destruction. So also, why one temple? And that was a very interesting story. One time, Lord Shiva appeared in front of Lord Brahma as the Jyotir Linga. That means the Linga of light. And Lord Brahma was entranced and amazed. And then Lord Shiva said, "Do you see the extent of my Shakti? My manifestation?" Lord Brahma said, "Yes." Then Lord Shiva, Asutosh, said, "No, nobody can see the limit of my Shakti, of my manifestation. You have misspoken. Therefore you shall not be worshipped." This is the story in the Shastra, quite amazing. However, we do worship Saraswati Mataji, and of course we have the greatest respect for Lord Brahma. This is the Leela of great wonderful personalities. We shouldn't put a conditioned analysis upon it. This is their Leela. And also another thing in the Shastra, many years ago I read, very interesting. At the end of each day of Lord Brahma, the planetary systems below Mahaloka, Sagaloka, Bhuloka, and so on, are withdrawn within the abdomen of Lord Brahma. And then they are manifest again after the night of Lord Brahma. And sometimes Lord Brahma rearranges the lokas in a different way, according to his skill and ability. So, Saraswati Puja means this. Saraswati means the ability to speak, and the Saraswati is famous as a pool of water, a pool of nectar. She is famous for sitting upon a swan or a white lotus. She wears white sari, and she is the goddess of education. And like I say, fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, patience, these are all the blessings of Saraswati Devi. So, time, tempus fugit, time flies. So, later on, I was practicing that last night, how to perform the puja of Saraswati. But if we chant Hare Krishna and we worship Srimati Radharani, then the worship of Saraswati Devi is included. So the next great personality that appeared on this Pancha Vasant, the first day of spring, is Pundarik Vidyanidhi. So, Pundarik Vidyanidhi is a wonderful personality, and in Krishna Leela, he is who? You should know all this. Huh? Vrishabhanu Maharaj, yes. He is the father of Sri Radha. Pundarik Vidyanidhi. And Lord Chaitanya named him Premnidhi. Hello Premnidhi, come back to us, wherever. So that means the ocean of nectar, Prem. And Lord Chaitanya in his ecstasy would often refer to Pundarik Vidyanidhi as Father. Oh Father, you are here. He is the guru of Gadadhar Pandit in the Panchatattva. And there is a great story about Pundarik Vidyanidhi. One time Govinda took Gadadhar Pandit to see. You know the story. And Pundarik Vidya, he was a very opulent personality. He was sitting on a very fancy sofa with flowers and servants and expensive vessels around him. And then Gadadhar Pandit said, Govinda, why are you taking me to see this Vishayi, this sense enjoyer? You said he was a great devotee. Govinda recited some verses from the Shastra glorifying Vatsalya Bhav, the parental love. And immediately Pundarik Vidyanidhi went into ecstasy. He is the father of Srimati Radharani in Krishna Chaitanya Leela. So Gadadhar Pandit thought, I've made a terrible mistake. This is actually a wonderful devotee. How can I overcome that? I have to take Diksha from this personality so that I can constantly pay obeisances. So that is just a few items. It's very interesting. I have these books. I advise you all to get a copy. The Sri Gaura Ganadesha Deepika. This is by Vrindavan Das Thakur. It explains who the personality in Krishna Leela were and who they are in Gauranga Leela. So another great personality appearing today is Raghunath Das. So Raghunath Das, Lord Chaitanya gave to Sanatana Goswami, Haribhakti Vilas, enunciate Sambandha. Rupa Goswami, you enunciate Abhideya. And you, Raghunath, you enunciate Prayojan Tattva. So Raghunath Das, he would not eat until he had performed his puja. Sorry, 5 years old. Son, oh yes, he's the son of Mukunda Das. He used to worship the deity daily. And one time Mukunda Das, when he was 5 years old, Raghunath Das, he was given the job to offer the deity by his father, Mukunda Das, some prashadam. You know the story. Huh? And Mukunda had to go out. So Raghunath, he was 5 years old, very smart. He offered to the deity some prashadam. He went in the deity room, dressed up nicely, offered to the deity. And he sat there. And he sat there with the deity. He said, why are you not eating? I don't see you eating. So the deity was transcendently intimidated and took the prashadam. When Mukunda came back, he said, did you offer the deity the prashadam that we cooked, the bhoga? He said, yes, and he ate everything nicely. I watched him very carefully. So Mukunda could understand that the greatness of his son. In Krishna Leela, he is Kandarpa Manjari. And in Dwarka Leela is son of Krishna, Kandarpa. He was born in 1432. So he's very famous he expanded the size of Radhakund and Shamkund, and he especially developed, because in a dream it was revealed to him that the 5 Pandavas were in the form of trees around Shamakund. So Shamakund is not, you've been to, of course, it's not square like Radhakund. It was built around these trees, or within the trees. And he used to stay under a different tree all over Shamkund and Radhakund. And there was one, once he chastised himself. Why do I want money to do this? I'm desiring money. I want to expand the Kund, but I'm desiring money. This is not correct. But then, so he put this idea aside. But then one rich businessman in Badrik Ashram had a dream that he should go to Radhakund and offer his wealth to Raghunath Das. And so that's how the Kunds were initially developed. Yes, and he would stay under a different tree. And sometimes he would visit Manasaganga, that's in the middle of Govardhan, and do his bhajan there. And one time Gopal Bhatta Goswami saw him performing his bhajan on the bank. And 2 tigers came up very close and drank the water. You know the story. So Gopal Bhatta approached Raghunath Das. This is not very good idea. You should perform your bhajan in a kutir. But Raghunath, no, it's too much trouble to build. So then at one time, he was also performing his bhajan there in Radhakund, and it was very hot, and he was, one of the Goswamis saw that Radharani had approached Raghunath Das and was holding her sari over Raghunath Das to shade him. In his ecstasy, he was not aware of the sun, and you know it's very hot sometimes. So this was conveyed to Raghunath Das, and then we are meant to serve Radharani, not take service. So then he decided, yes, now I have to build a kutir, because I cannot inconvenience Srimati Radharani. In Krishna Leela, he is Rasa Manjari. Rati Manjari is Sanatana Goswami. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami is Raga Manjari. He's famous for singing, painting work, recitation of Bhagavatam. Rupa Manjari, of course, is Rupa Goswami. So in this way, there is just some items. He is famous for writing many wonderful books on Prem Prayojan that specifically elucidate Prayojan Tattva, the goal, the necessity. So then the next great personality is, we have to move along, I'm sorry, Vishwanath Chakravarti. He appeared approximately 1586 in Nadia. His brothers were Rambhadra Raghunath. His Diksha Guru was Sri Yukta Krishna Charan Chakravarti, 4th in the line from Narottam Das Thakur. He was famous as a student for defeating a big pandit. He married at a young age because his father wanted him to stay at home. But eventually he left for Vrindavan. He lived with Sri Mukunda Das, in Krishna Das Kaviraj's Bhaja Kutir. It's there near Radhakund. That's where he wrote so many of his commentaries on the letters and writings of the Goswamis. He worshipped a deity called Gokulananda. So, next personality. Yes, Vishnu Priya, the peerless Vishnu Priya. So Vishnu Priya was born there in Navadvip. Lakshmi Priya, the Supreme Lord has three potencies, Leela Shakti, Bhu Shakti, and Shri. Shri, Bhu, and Leela. So Lakshmi Priya passed away in separation from Lord Chaitanya. She is the Shri Shakti. Shri Shakti means his Shakti as Gaura Narayan, the magnificent Supreme Personality of Godhead, Gaura Narayan, shelter of all living entities. The Bhu Shakti is Vishnu Priya, and the Leela Shakti is Navadvip Dham. So Vishnu Priya, she was very pious. She used to take bath 3 times a day, it is said, in the Ganga. She knew Sachimata. And so when Lakshmi Priya passed away, Lord Chaitanya went to East Bengal, and Lakshmi Priya passed away in separation. So Sachi Devi wanted to find another wife for her son. And that took place because she knew Vishnu Priya. Vishnu Priya would do bhajan, and they would meet on the bank of the Ganga. So eventually it was arranged. It's interesting, they were betrothed, and then they were married some years later when she came into fertility, when she was mature. And it's an interesting point to note that because I published the Chaitanya Bhagavat, edited it, and at the marriage of Lord Chaitanya with Vishnu Priya, Sachi Devi initiated 2 ladies. It is stated there in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. And of course we know that after Nityananda Prabhu, Janava Ma was the Acharya of the Vaishnavas in Radhakund. And then there was also Hema Lata. She was also initiating guru. Then there was Ganga Mata, another woman that became an initiating guru. So women are not excluded. There's a conversation where Professor O'Connell asked Prabhupada in 1969, in your movement, can women become Diksha Gurus? And then Prabhupada gives these examples that, yes, it is a matter of qualification. Just like you are a professor, a woman can become a professor if she's qualified. A woman can become a doctor if she's qualified. Anyone can become guru. Krishna Tattva Veti Say Guru Hoy. So by the grace of Krishna, anyone can realize the truth of Krishna. And that is the qualification. Uttamadikari, like we said at the beginning of the class. That is the bona fide guru. So that qualification is bestowed by Krishna according to bhakti, not according to physical form. That is a mundane interpretation. So it is not usual, but we cannot say it is impossible for a woman to become. Because after all, Prabhupada gave Diksha Mantra to his female disciples. And he made, in a letter to Hamza Dutta in 1975, he explained that I want all my male and female sons and daughters initiate and increase the generations of devotees. That's the statement of Srila Prabhupada. But of course the caveat is Krishna Tattva Vedi, say Guru Hoy. Qualification is to know the truth of Krishna, to be transcendentally situated, to know the Shastra expertly. But it is foolishness to consider that cannot be bestowed upon a woman, especially when we have precedents in our Sampradaya, like Janavama was the Acharya, and so many female Diksha Gurus. So sometimes there's controversy on that point, but the whole word, the axiomatic word is qualification. If somebody is qualified, they can become Guru. Shankaracharya was 7 years old when he was a big Pandit and Guru and propagating. So the only principle actually in the whole universe is the mercy of Krishna. The mercy of Krishna qualifies, and therefore we say, right, Mukham karochi vachalam pambam laitegirit. By mercy of Krishna, the blind can see stars in the sky, the lame can cross the mountains, and we can compose beautiful poetry like Saraswati Ma. So this is the important thing. And that qualification is pure bhakti to one's bona fide gurus and the Supreme Lord. So I got more information, but time is short. But I thought I also got it all together, so I'll just give this for your information. It's auspicious at the beginning of spring to renew our bhakti. Lalita Devi. The Manjari of Lalita Devi is Rupa Manjari. And in Krishna Lila, Lalita Devi is Ramananda Roy. Vishaka, the Manjali, is Manjwali. Manjari is her Manjari. And in Krishna Lila, she is Swarup Damodar. Chitra, the Astashakis, Rasa Manjari is her Manjari. And Vanamali Kaviraj, the famous name, is her form in Chaitanya Lila. Champaklata, Guna Manjari, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, is her Manjari, because each of the Astashakis has a Manjari that helps in her service to Krishna. And so Champaklata is Raghava Goswami. Tungavidra, her Manjari is Lavanga Manjari, and Prabodhananda Saraswati. Indulekha, her Manjari is Rati Manjari or Tulsi Manjari, who is Raghunath Das. And in Krishna Lila, it takes the form of Krishna Das Brahmachari. Ranga Devi, Vilas Manjari, who is Jiva Goswami, is her Manjari, and that Manjari takes the form of Gadadhar Pandit. Sudevi, her Manjari is Kusturi Manjari, who is Krishna Das Kaviraj, and she takes the form in Krishna Lila, Ananta Acharya. So that is just some inauspicious thing to quote this. Yeah, we got to end it now. We did so much research. It's very nectarine. So always remember that this is a day of renewal. So we worship Saraswati Devi to give us wisdom, intelligence, fine speech, memory, intelligence. These are feminine opulences, very interesting. And we pray to her that we might renew with great enthusiasm our devotion to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the Acharyas, and Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you all very much for your kind attention. I hope you got some good information and feel enthused. Srimati Radharani, Sri Saraswati Devi Maharani Ke Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.